Okay, you know what? At some point, my friends, you are going to ask me this question. And because it is a reasonable question, I, Johnny Legg, I'm going to come out with a reasonable answer. And you're going to say, Leggy, mate, there's nothing reasonable about this channel. There's nothing reasonable about you, mate. You just talk waffle. All right, there's a first time for everything. I'm actually going to give you a reasonable answer. And we're going to come to the question in a minute. But first of all, I need to give you a massive, massive, massive arms open wide, warm welcome to this channel. This channel is crazy. Trust me, I'm not a professional. I'm no expert. I'm no YouTuber. I'm just a standard, regular guy. Johnny Legg, that's me. But I do have an absolutely massive, awkwardly big fragrance collection. And my desire is to pass on the passion that I have for fragrances, to inspire you, yes you, to wear a good fragrance every single day. Now, the question that you are going to ask me, and you probably didn't know you were going to ask this, but you're going to ask me anyway. You're going to say, Leggy, Pendora Scents or Paris Corner, whichever one you're going to go for, because I think they sort of sit on the same bench. I don't really know why there's two names. Let's go for the Pendora Scents. You're going to say, Pendora Scents, Harrier. What is it all about? What is it a clone of? Is it any good? And is it worth buying? See, you didn't actually know you're going to ask that question. Well, I read your mind. Okay, anyway, now you've asked me, I'm going to give you a reasonable answer. So this is the one that you are asking about, okay? It says at the bottom, Pendora Scents. In the middle, and I'm rubbish at focusing, and this camera only cost me 60 quid, so don't get too excited. Okay, can we get it? Oh yes, he's got it. It can actually read it. It says Harrier, and you're going to say, Leggy, kind of suspecting what it could be a clone of, because it's got those sort of wings, and you're thinking, mate, could it be a clone of Invictus? Yes, you got it. It is a clone of Invictus. But you're going to say to me, Leggy, where does it sit in terms of the original Paco Rabanne Invictus? And you're going to say, where does it sit in terms of other possible clones that you could buy? Okay, let me reveal some skin. Woo! Woo! Look at that. Okay, now, my big claim to fame is that I have never actually bought an original Paco Rabanne bottle of Invictus. Okay, I've got other of the Invictuses, the originals, but not the real thing. Okay, so I keep coming back to this. Oh, look. You're thinking, mate, where have I seen those wings before? Oh, yes, that's where the big clue is. Okay, so let me spray this sample, which I'll tell you what, has lasted well. I don't spray it that often. I kind of know what Invictus smells like. Just bubblegum. Okay, we'll come to that in a minute. Calm down, Leggy. Getting too excited. I'm getting carried away here. So, right. Okay. I defy you to smell Invictus and not think, even if you don't actually say it, think bubblegum. Okay. That is what it is all about. And I have to be honest, when I first smelt Invictus, I was kind of a little bit like, it's very, I mean, it is redunculously sweet. It is juicy, sweet bubblegum, okay? And then underneath the bubblegum, there's a salty sort of seaside sort of vibe. And then at the bottom, there's some very sweet woods. It is all about being sweet and lovable. And it is. Okay, let me tell you, fact about Invictus. The original Invictus, this is a fact. Females absolutely love, and I mean with a capital L, love Invictus. Okay, I think they just see it as ridiculously sweet and kind of like sort of friendly. It's a Mr. Nice Guy kind of fragrance. It's not heavy, it's kind of a sweet, sort of fresh kind of fragrance. Okay, but you're going to say to me, Leggy, where does Harrier come into all of this? Okay, now that's why I revealed a bit more skin. Because I'm going to spray this for you. I'm going to try and tell you how it sits in terms of the original and in terms of other possible clones. I've already said that, I'm just waffling here. Okay, stay with me. Okay, remember, professional, one spray then the other. Now I will say that it's a very wide spray, and because it's sort of a wide bottle, you get a lot of spray on the actual bottle because it's such a fan. I don't normally talk about the packaging, but you end up having to wipe, perhaps with your clothes, the little bit off the top. Okay, now, Pendora Scents Harrier, this one, okay, I have to be honest, it is undoubtedly, when you smell it, you don't go, Blood of Chanel, Sauvage, right, okay, it is obviously, very obviously Invictus. It has the bubblegum vibe, it has the salty sort of seaside sort of vibe, and it has the sweet woody sort of vibe at the bottom. Okay, it has all the right notes in all the right places, but let me tell you, this is more sort of subtle. This is more, how can I put it? It's a little bit more subdued. All right, I'll be honest with you, the original is just so energetic. It's like letting the dogs out, okay? And it is packed full of energy. That bubblegum vibe just wants to get out, and it projects nicely and all that sort of thing, and it really has energy cooped up into it. This, the Pendora Scents Harrier, is less energetic. Now, I've had this for maybe, man, I've used a lot. I've had it for about 3, maybe 4 months. So I've been wearing it on and off, and I can tell you that it is a slightly sort of, how can I put it, toned down version of Invictus, and we'll come to how that could be a benefit in a few minutes. Okay, yes, it has the bubblegumness, it has the saltiness, and it has the woodiness. In fact, 100% in the air, it's very, I'm going to say, if you want a silly percentage, I'm going to say it's 90, sort of 4.2% Invictus. Okay, it's unmistakably Invictus. But you're going to say, Leggy, how does it sit in terms of other clones? Now, the other clone I've got, which I massively rate, look at that, man, I'm nearly down to the dribbles, is the Maison Alhambra Victorioso. Okay, now, this is why I've got even more skin on the go. Because I'm going to spray this one, I'm going to tell you how the Pendora Scents fits in with this. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Honestly, if you want a clone which is an almost one-on-one with Invictus, Victorioso by Maison Alhambra, and I'm desperately trying to focus this, I think I've got it. Okay, that is ridiculously close. That's unmistakably Invictus. It has the energy, it has the bubblegum, it has the saltiness, it has the woods, it has everything, and it has the same energy as the original Paco Rabanne. Harrier is more of a slow burn. Okay, it is unmistakably Invictus, and it is the same sort of energy, but it's muted, if I can put it like that. It's just kind of like muted. Whereas this is firing on all 4 cylinders, just like the original Paco Rabanne. This is just chugging along. Okay, it does not have the same energy. Now, in terms of the original Paco Rabanne, it's an eau de toilette. It's not the fantasticest ever performance, it's just okay. Now, in terms of the Maison Alhambra Victorioso, that cost me just a smidgen over 20 British pounds for the 100ml. And that performance, for an hour and a half, this is wild. Okay, everyone in the room will smell it. Anyone anywhere near you will smell it. If they're in the same car as you, 100% they'll smell it. Okay, after the hour and a half, it doesn't just go skin scent, it goes down to sort of like quite a close scent bubble, and it does that for another sort of 3 or 4 hours. Okay, skin all day long, and almost the next morning. Clothes, you will detect it the next morning. Okay, but what about this Pendora Scents? Because this Pendora Scents cost me 23 British pounds, so bearing in mind it's £3 more than the Maison Alhambra, and it's the 100ml of the perfume. What can I tell you about the performance of the Pendora Scents? Okay, this is a slow burn. It more sort of gently radiates off you, and it does that for maybe up to 2 hours. I say it's a slow burn. This one is just wild. It almost burns itself out quicker than perhaps you'd want it to. But this one is more of a slow burn, but it's more of a radiation as opposed to a wild projection. Maybe as you're walking round past people, they will smell it on you, but if you're sort of fairly still, it doesn't just project, okay? You do have to be walking around, you do have to sort of warm up, and this one comes off. So in terms of the performance, if you want something that everyone around will smell, go for the Maison Alhambra. If you want something which just chugs along, the Pendora Scents at £23 is a very good clone of Invictus, and it is a reasonable performance. Now, anything up to 2 hours, you smell the radiation coming off you, okay? And then after the 2 hours, it goes to really quite a close scent bubble. Skin next day, clothes next day, okay? It just sticks well, but it doesn't nowhere near as wild projection as the Maison Alhambra, which is very similar to the original Paco Rabanne. Okay, so you're going to say to me, Leggy, why on earth would I spend 23 British pounds on that when it doesn't seem to perform as well as the Maison Alhambra? Okay, now, here's the thing. If you are a guy and you have smelled the original Paco Rabanne Invictus and you just go, oh, I don't know if I could wear that. It's really for the younger generation. You know, maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, and you just go, nah, it's more of a teenage fragrance upon smelling the original Paco Rabanne Invictus, okay? Because that is, I will be honest with you, the bubblegummy sort of vibe is very much, it's got like youthful energy in it, okay? But if you are maybe a middle-aged to an older guy and you go, man, the problem is I know that females love Invictus, and they do. I've never come across a female that doesn't like Invictus. They absolutely love it, and they lock into it because they just love the sweetness, okay? But here's the thing. If you're a slightly older guy and you just can't bring yourself to wear the original or even the Maison Alhambra, which is pretty much the same, this one, I'm going to say this could still be for you, because it does have the sweetness, it's got the bubblegum, it's got the salt, it's got the woods, but it is way more wearable for an older guy who is put off by the youthful bubblegumminess of the original, okay? So it could have a place in your collection, it could work for you, and I say it's a slow burn. Don't expect it to fill rooms like the original or even like the Maison Alhambra. This is a slow burn, okay? It does last well, you know. You've got to allow for maceration with all of these sort of budget fragrances, and you've got to spray generously over sort of well moisturised skin. I'm teaching you how to suck eggs here, you know that. Haze it across your clothes. Don't ever sort of spray up too close on clothes because it look like your nipples leaking or something. So haze it across clothes, give a good couple of sprays around your neck. Don't be shy with these cheap fragrances, because you can afford to spray it, and that's how they do their business, by projecting nicely when you've sprayed generously. So this, okay, in terms of the smell, it's very close to Invictus. If anything, it has a slightly soapy sort of feel, okay, instead of the real piercing bubblegum kind of feel. So this could be suitable for an older guy who's just a little bit put off by the bubblegummy feel of the original, okay. Hopefully that was a reasonable answer, because you asked me a reasonable question. Now, I'd really do appreciate you being here at this channel. I have so much passion and I'm desperate to share it with you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for the fact that you're just about to click on the thumbs up, if nothing else, just to shut this guy up. And I do appreciate it. I love thumbs up because they say, Leggy, just keep going, mate. And I will. Okay. Now, 3 things. First thing, I'd love you to come back for the next review, because I'd love to see you again. Drop me a comment, say, Leggy, mate, I'll see you on the next review. That would be awesome. Okay, second thing, please take care. And the third thing is the whole reason for this channel, okay? Not to make money, not to get fame and fortune and all that sort of stupid things. This channel is all about inspiring you to pick a good fragrance and to wear it every day. It will help you smile, give you a little bit of confidence, may give you a little bit of sort of lift during the day. But whatever, it will help your well-being, and it may even get you a random conversation with someone who says, hey, you smell good. All right, I'm going to go now. When I can find the off button, I'm going to turn myself off. But until then, goodbye. Where are we? The off button, oh, it escapes me. No, I've got it. Relax. Here it is.